Kolkata Knight Riders. They were the laughing stock of the IPL in its first phase, struggling, languishing, doing everything but winning for the first 3 seasons. Then came a shift of direction and dimension in 2011, and they haven't looked back since. KKR are always among the teams to watch out for, and 2 men have played a key role in that in recent years. That's who we're looking at on 2 to Tango. Have you guessed it already? They've had numerous game-changing performers over the years, but we're looking at 2 West Indians on this edition, a duo worth 2 players each in their own right for KKR. Sunil Narine. He wasn't known to many around the world at the start of this decade. His career began in 2009 and he only played T20s for the first time in 2011, but he was part of a Caribbean-ruling Trinidad and Tobago who arrived in India for the 3rd edition of the now defunct Champions League T20 in late 2011. He took 10 wickets in 6 games in that tournament at a staggering economy of 4.37. That had to get eyeballs rolling, wasn't it? It did. He entered the IPL 2012 auction at a base price of $50,000. That value skyrocketed 14 times, and at $700,000, Sunil Narine became a Knight Rider. What an association it's been ever since. The weight of Narine's contribution for KKR lies in more than just statistics, but let's look at those numbers. More than 100 matches coming into what's his 8th IPL season, an economy rate of 6.5, which is just astonishing for someone who for large parts has been utilized to bowl the tougher overs, and that strike rate has only been soaring over the past few years. You look for impact from T20 specialists, well, he got KKR's name on the IPL title in his very first season, and a second triumph would follow 2 years later. The one real stunning transition has been with his lesser suit. Narine wasn't known as any sort of a batsman by any stretch until very recently. But what a transformation it's been since Gautam Gambhir decided to send him up the order. He was given a license to kill, and he's been doing that even if a little inconsistently. His strike rate batting for KKR is well above what he scored for all his other teams in T20 cricket. In fact, that right column has only improved ever since his other employers took a leaf from KKR's book and gave him a shot with the bat. You wonder who he took his batting notes from when this turnaround came into being. It may well have been his KKR teammate from his part of the world, because hasn't Andre Russell redefined all notions of big hitting and brute force in the shortest format? It almost didn't happen for him, at least not in the IPL, because before this Dre Russ wind began for the Knight Riders, he'd had a difficult time playing for Delhi in 2012 and 2013. Look at this for contrast. He wasn't accorded a lot of faith by the then Daredevils and got just 7 games over 2 seasons, but he didn't do much to lock a spot, not getting enough runs, not taking any wickets, and then KKR came calling, and check out that sea change in fortune and form. You know how much they got him for? They got him for just 60 lakh rupees. Seems a steal now, doesn't it? Credit where credit is due though. They could have let go of him when he was banned for a doping violation in 2017, but they said never mind, we'll welcome you back next year. And you've been seeing the muscle of Russell since last season, haven't you? So that's this edition of 2 to Tango. Do you agree with our selection of the most potent combination for KKR? What's your favorite Narine or Russell memory from the IPL? Fill up the comments section with your thoughts and follow Sportskeeda for your dose of all things IPL.